And these are things that our customers and our distribution partners are very excited to be able to source from REC, given that it's been about 3 to 4 years since something similar has existed.
So we're now talking mostly about this Alpha Pro M product, right? Is that what you just described?
That's correct. So this month will mark the beginning of production. It's basically an expanded footprint of the one that you see on the left of the screen. So that Pure RX was intended as sort of a dual purpose. It's sort of on the larger side for a residential module. A majority of these are being produced right now at 460 watts. But again, a very high module efficiency. It is a black on black format because the difficulty in maintaining the proper SKUs, if you have a white backsheet and a black backsheet version that's going here, it's very difficult. So this is a black on black product that's, again, at that 460 watt range, and a 1000 volt bill of material can be used in either residential or in large DG. As we move towards the larger DG projects, some ground mounts, we're going to be looking at that Pro M, which is going into production this month and should have the first US deliveries in September.
And so just to get a sense of, I mean, we talked about a lot of different numbers in terms of REC's current production and future production, the 5 gigawatt, the future 20 gigawatt facility in Singapore and another one in India. Can you give us a sense of like what the production is today or maybe was last year? And what can we expect this at the end of this year? Is it doubling or is it growing by 30, 50%? And then what percent of the demand is in the US right now, or your production is going into the US market and elsewhere? Can we talk a little bit about these numbers and which product line too, perhaps?
We can. So at this point in time, the Singapore facility has a total production capacity annually of somewhere in the 1.5 to 2 gigawatt range, depending on what's being produced. We have deliberately moved to end of life the older products. So REC no longer today produces a P-type mono PERC. We've also end of life our TopCon product just a couple months ago. We are 100% invested in heterojunction. And so again, sub 2 gigawatts coming out of Singapore with the new factory build in India, which will come online in 5 gigawatt tranches starting at the end of this year. That's what will contribute to REC's production capabilities going forward. So say in a year's time, the aggregate capacity is something like 7 gigawatts, add on another 5, 13. It'll be north of 20 gigawatts in the 3 to 4 year time frame. The Singapore facility has been a really good place for us to produce a consistently high quality product. It of course does not have the cost structure that you see in China, but in India, we'll be able to get very close to that.
Got it. So most of that growth is going to come from India, and Singapore is going to continue, I guess, as is the current plan.
At the current, say, 1 to 2 gigawatt range, we can find global markets where the Singapore produced product makes a ton of sense, and it will continue to live on as a R&D hub. It's really been our very talented team there that's enabled this significant success and manufacturing learning with heterojunction, and we don't want to give that up.
So the Singapore market makes sense to continue producing premium product, I guess.